honest, this Kai Cenat's Mafiathon 3 isn't living up to the expectations.
I ain't gonna lie, the Mafiathon thing that Kai doing right now, that's boring as and y'all be saying DDG is boring. DDG is not boring. Kai is boring as
Mafiathon 3 is not giving what I needed to give. Like, I don't want to watch Kai be a celebrity. I want to watch Kai be Kai.
I'm going to be honest. I feel like the reason Mafiathon or Kai's Cenat little stream is not going off how it should is because streaming is becoming oversaturated. And it's like, it's not entertaining no more. That's why.
I don't think it's that. Little stream is crazy. Yeah, little stream is crazy. I don't even think it's because streaming is getting oversaturated. I just think like it could have been done like, I don't know, last year felt different.
I don't watch no streamers because it's like, why would I sit there on my phone or TV or whatever watching a regular human being for 24 hours?
For the most part, you can tell who's the genuine guest. Like
It's Jim in an hour shower off the radar segment with a guest till Mafia and doesn't get good around 7.
Marlon, Ray J, etc. But for the rest of them, no. They all up there trying to promote what they got going on, bro.
Yeah.
God, get the guests out of here. That's
right. I was like, so you don't watch streams but got an opinion on streams. I can't stand niggas who can streams based off clips and then have the gall or wherewithal to talk down on them. Like, you don't consume any types of streams at all. So I really need people to understand they don't have to have an opinion on something they don't watch.
They're trying to promote what they got going on, bro. God, get the guests out of here. That's they're trying to promote.
Kai Cenat is looking to do the impossible in this year's version of Mafiathon, his take on what a subathon is. And on the way, people have been very critical about the stuff that's being placed onto screen for them to view. Now, there's a growing sentiment that the streaming bubble is going to burst. We've covered it on this channel before. And that does mean that Kai Cenat may be susceptible to some of the same things that we claimed other streamers are going through in 2025. There's conversations about lack of energy from the Clover Boys, that the celebrities are on the stream and they aren't doing a darn thing, that begging for subs is not necessarily the route to go, and that overall there's just a general fatigue of these big overproduced streams.
I've seen no good clips of the Mafiathon. And it's actually like I've seen maybe like the Jonas Brothers, cool, Marlon Wayne, cool, but like other clips, it's just straight chaos, straight yelling at each other, straight crashing out, Kai being upset about the outcome of everything. Like I just keep seeing little clips of like crash outs, them just yelling at each other for no reason, Kai being upset, aggravated, and his energy is just not the same as the other Mafiathons. Like his energy is just getting like wrap this shit up right now.
Let's take a look at some of the people's complaints and see if we can find out if Mafiathon 3 is a failure and if this is an indication as to what is going on in the WL black side of streaming going forward into the future. I think one of the main problems that people are having in this conversation is that they were so ramped up off of the high of Kai's past streams, and they're using that as a comparison tool for what's to come into the future. I'm a numbers man, and when I pull up the charts, it seems as though Kai is either on pace or even outpacing his past streams.
Hold on. Followers gained, not as many hours streamed, average, peak viewers, hours watched, active days. So he is on pace. He is for sure on pace. Okay.
Over the last few years, like comparing
these numbers are fucking insane. Peaking at 400k viewers, like these numbers are insane.
Mafiathon 2. So if the numbers are there, it has to be something greater. Maybe it's a quality problem. Maybe that's what people are saying.
Now, I don't be in your streams 24/7. Nowhere do I really even be in them bitches. I just be seeing clips. But everybody saying your shit look the same because of the clips. Kai Cenat mad at Reggie. Rakai did something crazy. It's the same shit over and over.
When it comes to the quality of the stream, there's been an ongoing conversation about who Kai has featured on his streams. There's two separate paths to go into this conversation. One, there is a guest issue. Everybody's starting to understand that Kai Cenat is a big name, big face in all of social media, all of mainstream media, all of these communities.
Like,
and to be honest with you,
I feel like a lot of motherfuckers that are coming onto the stream don't give a fuck about streaming or about what Kai's doing. They're like, it's an opportunity, and I get, he can use that as an opportunity to get them on there, but like, get niggas on there because they really want to be on there. At this point, I would have like definitely dumbed down the amount of celebrities he brought, because like there was only certain good celebrities that like Tiana Taylor was cool, Marlon was cool. Like it just you know what I'm saying, it not everybody was worth bringing on that motherfucker.
He is a perfect place and space for you to get an ad off, whether it's music, whether it's a movie that you're working on, whatever production or project that you have going on. It is a great place for you to go to, get a lot of views, and ultimately promote your brand. But that kind of takes away from what people thought was the genuineness of the guests.
This Mafiathon ain't really hidden. It feels like the last Mafiathon, but a remix. The first one, yeah, they had celebrities come in, but now it feels like everybody's coming in for like a promo run. Like it's people that like, they come and then they drop something like right when they show up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand people got things to sell, but it feels like they're coming on Kai's stream to literally just sell something. Literally. And that's kind of alarming to me. I'm not jacking it. It feels like they're just using it.
Now, Kai has become the person that you kind of have to come and sit down with if you want to enter the streaming world, if you kind of want to get lit, literally. If you want people to see your face, if you got a project going on. And I feel like it's kind of translating, especially because a lot of the people that are showing up are only there for maybe 30 to 45 minutes at a time.
Now, there are times in which the blend can be made and it actually fits.
Like, also, yeah, that also does change, like, because they're not even there. So it feels like, even though, like, it feels like they're here to just promote something, they're only there for, like you said, 30 to 45 minutes. So it also feels like it's being rushed. It feels like it's not genuine for the artist to be there and actually have a conversation and be a part of the stream. Like when SZA went last time, SZA was there for like 2-3 hours. They were cooking, they were having fun, they did a tour, you know what I'm saying, dancing, you know what I'm saying? It feels fun. Like now, niggas just be there for 20 minutes talking, they get the tour and then they leave. It's not his fault, but it's like, that's what happens when booking so many celebrities and you're trying to get everybody on. Not everybody needed to be on that motherfucker. I'm gonna be honest. Not everybody needed to be on that motherfucker.
Pretty well. Like when Marlon Wayans came on, it was a very funny and interactive moment. One that I think a lot of people like the clips from. But he was also putting out some sort of project. It kind of made sense. He had a project, he's funny, they had a genuine blend and bond, and it went together. Then there seems to be sometimes where there's a random celebrity that comes on and really they just have no purpose to be in there, but Kai just genuinely finds them funny, or the space is kind of funny. Kind of like Ray J or whatever. And this is very foundational for streaming and content creation. Content creation and streaming and YouTube videos, Instagram, all that stuff is supposed to be this genuine and authentic conversation between people. You know, it almost feels like there's this community going on, that parasocial effect. It doesn't seem like this overproduced, pay to win type of program like major network news, television shows, etc., etc. So I think a lot of people have problems when fourth walls are being broken down, or when it lacks a little bit of authenticity in that regard. Exactly. Like when you go on the Jennifer Hudson show or whatever the case may be. Now, I get why somebody would do it, but it takes away from, you know, being in a room, taking the hot chip challenge, and I feel like I'm connecting with you because you're doing it too. I think another big problem that people are observing is not just the celebrities that are on the stream, but his friend group that is on the stream. I saw a note about there being a lack of A&P, which I understand that they have a lot of stuff going on. That's one of his groups, but he does have the Clover Boys. But, and we've covered it before, this iteration of the Clover Boys seems a little bit different. It just, I don't know.
I'm gonna be honest, this time, some of them, and that's not to shit on niggas, but I just feel like some niggas are taking opportunities for granted, and I hate that for them. And I hate that for Kai, because Kai is giving niggas, he's handing them shit on a silver platter, and niggas is not taking advantage. And I just feel like that's crazy. Like, any part of the stream I would have been uploaded to my channel. Like, I would have been like, yo, Kai, can I upload this to my channel since I'm a part of it? Sure. Because Ty Lil been doing it. I know they can't stream at the Mafiathon, but at least you can upload it to his channel, get your clips out, and then, like, also slurring. Like, saying slurs in front of hundreds of thousands of people. Nigga he has multiple brands that he's working with for this for the Mafiathon. On his stream. Yes, he called Rakai the F slur twice. In the same, like, nigga, there should be no reason that you think this is, like, they were arguing about something, like, but, like, god damn, apparently niggas don't want to wake up. Niggas don't want to wake up and get to making content. Niggas don't want to get up. Niggas is not active. Niggas is not waking up till 2 p.m. Like, what are we? Niggas got too comfortable. And it's so unfortunate. Like, Like, it's so unfortunate, but niggas dead ass got too comfortable, bruh.
It's just a lot going on.
90% of the time, it feels like Kai's babysitting his friends. A little odd. Group of people, but they all can't get their act together. Somebody's either fighting, somebody's crashing out, somebody's beefing.
I feel like at this point, Kai should just like kick them out because you spoke to Ray how many times? Everybody else want to sleep. Everybody else want to get high. Reggie got a health issue.
Hold on, and that's another thing. Hold on, let me big screen for this. That's another thing. I feel like with Kai's Mafiathon, right? He offered them $100,000 to split, to not smoke for a month, and they couldn't do it. $100,000 to split between 3 people. You would have got $33,000 to not smoke for 30 days. Like, I get you make your money and like you probably don't really need it, but that's easy bread. And it paints you in a certain light to certain people. Cause like there's motherfuckers that would kill for that. There's motherfuckers that would kill for that amount of money. And they see you being offered it to just not smoke for 30 days and you can't do that. Niggas is gonna look at you like, yo, not only are you you're selfish and you look like an addict, and it paints you in a negative light in front of people. It makes you look weak. It just looks crazy. I would have never, and that's the thing, they accepted it, and then I think they accepted it and then failed. If you felt like you couldn't do it, I would just say no. So not only does it look like you have a smoking problem, you look like you don't care about money. Like, you have what would have been 33K. I think it was Reggie, Dez, and Punga. $33,000 a piece to just not smoke for 30 days. Easy bread. That's weed is not that addicting to toss up 33K for no. Like, I can get it right. I was like, even Snoop Dogg said he would stop smoking for 33 days for 33K. I mean, for 30 days for 33K. If Snoop Dogg said he can give up the weed, why can you not? That shit is so crazy to me. That shit was so crazy to me. I'm like, how the hell? Hell no. Right, DJ Ghost too. I'm like, oh, hell no.
Just send them all home.
Now, I've covered the Clover Boys before in a previous video, and there's been a couple incidents that have definitely had people scratching their head. You know, the fight that they went on with the whole Dez and Rakai situation.
This right here is when he said the F slur. Wildin' the fuck out.
Dez literally dropped a slur, almost getting Kai Cenat clapped off of the platform. And then their sudden addiction to weed that's just taking over their
Kai
whole...
Cenat was confused as he offered Lil Ronnie's son 5 bands not to smoke weed on the first night. And he turned it down. That was just the first night, chat. Said 5,000 if you don't smoke for the first night, and you couldn't get it done. And then he went on to offer 100K to all of them to split if you don't smoke. And he's still like, bro, what? Like, what?
Lives. But now today there's a new thing. There's a lack of energy in the vicinity that the Clover Boys are in, and it's even being noticed by Kai Cenat himself.
If you don't want to do it, Ray, if you dead ass don't want to do it and you don't want to, and you want to sleep, then go sleep. I'm gonna go find somebody else. I'm gonna just find people that want to do it. That's what I'm gonna do. If that's what you want, if you want to do, if you want to sleep, because that's how you moving. You feel me? And I'm not gonna say no, I have no hard feelings. But if that's what you want to do, that can be it.
Only thing wrong with Kai's Mafiathon 3 is the fact that everybody is not like engaged. I just feel like throughout the whole thing, you feel me, with Mafiathon 2, everybody did everything. So like with every segment, everybody was there. I feel like this one, like obviously Reggie's sick and I guess other people get sleepy, but like when celebrities come, nobody be there. Like
this one can be chalked up to internal issues. Now, I definitely can't solve this, and this is ultimately a very, very big commitment. But everybody should know what's at stake here. I mentioned it in the Clover Boys videos, but a lot of their revenue is still tied to Kai Cenat. So if you do have to put up with this for 30 days, albeit an extremely hard task, I think it goes very much under the radar how hard this is. This is an extremely hard task, but you do have to perform. perform. Otherwise, I don't know, being expelled from this type of community is not very forgiving, to be quite honest with you. We've seen streamers fall off because they did not take things seriously at the time, and it ultimately backfired on them in the long run.
Didn't Ray make his own brand? Yeah, and then promoted it on stream, on Kai's stream. So Kai still, like, Kai bought you here. He, like, handed you, you know what I'm saying? And then you also promoted your clothing brand on stream. But you don't want to participate in the streams. You want to sleep all day? Like, come on.
Now, one of the elephants in the room to be addressed, and y'all probably might not like my opinion on this, but this conversation about Kai Cenat having Mafiathon 3 really be Begathon 3.
I ain't gonna lie, we can literally go for 500,000 right now.
Steals and deals.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. If they hit 500K right now, sleep outside.
500K right now, we also outside.
Water beds, nigga. 500K. Oh my God, water beds. Water beds.
Bro, Kai is fuck. Yo, just wrap up this subathon now, bro. Nah. He's getting desperate, bro. He's getting desperate. He knows this is the worst subathon ever. I ain't gonna lie. The first subathon, that shit hit different. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yo, Kai, bro, wrap it up, bro. Wrap it up, bro. This is just a begathon at this point, bro. What the fuck are you doing?
Now, I generally don't like this sentiment, and I investigated where it all originated from. At a certain point in time in the Mafiathon, the timer started to...
Yeah, I think it was when the timer got to 1 hour. But I'm gonna be honest, bro. If Kai wouldn't have did the power hour thing and then the thing where he's printing the names on this thing, I don't think motherfuckers would have called it a begathon. You know what I'm saying? I feel like because people see that he's actively trying to get the subs, that they're calling it a begathon. Because I don't think he didn't do this last year. And I think, yeah, the power hour shit, he said he just came up with that. If you don't have incentives, yeah, he doesn't have incentives. But also, motherfuckers is saying it like he was gonna beat the record regardless. He's bigger than he was last year. He was gonna beat the record. I think he's just so hell bent on getting 1 million that people are saying he's begging. You know what I mean? And I can see why motherfuckers say that, but they're saying it like he wouldn't have beat the record regardless. He was going to beat his record. He probably just maybe wouldn't have touched 1 million. Like, I don't feel like any actual streamer should be calling it a begathon because we know what we need to do to hit incentives for subathons. Subathons is to increase the amount of subs you usually get. To say a nigga averages 200, 300 subs, subathon, you want maybe 1,000, 1,500. So you're gonna make incentives. You're gonna do things to actively get more subs, get niggas to gift. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have these goals you're gonna do when you hit the, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Calling it a begathon is kind of crazy to me. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
Dwindle low. Now, that's something that I've never seen before, and it can also be seen as an indictment as to what's going on with Kai Cenat and the whole Mafiathon experiment this go around. Like, normally, I've never seen a streamer's timer go low and they had to cancel it, but in order to continue for the stream to go on, Kai Cenat had to pull in some tactics, you know, some big brain level tactics in order to get the ball rolling.
I'm matching subs right now. I owe y'all 1,500 out of what? 6,000. We almost there. I gave y'all 10 minutes for subs, and I had to match y'all. Welcome to Steals and Deals. Doing it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Oh my god. We are at the final hour of the subathon. Technically, not the final hour of the subathon. This ends at day 30 if the timer goes off. If that timer hits 0, I'm repeating to everybody. If that timer hits 0, chat, the stream ends. But if it don't hit 0, it continues. Each sub is 3 seconds, but y'all about to use a power hour, which for a whole entire hour, the seconds of a sub are doubled.
And he's had to introduce those tactics multiple times throughout the stream in order to extend the length of how long the subathon goes, which again, a lot of people would look into and say, yo, this is a testament as to it going down. This feels like he's begging. This feels like et cetera, et cetera. I think that...
But it's really not that, though. It's not that. Like, niggas do that. It's literally regular subathon shit. That's literally the whole point, is to keep the stream going as long as possible. Why would I not offer them more, you know what I'm saying, more incentives to keep going? People who don't consume streams on a regular are going to look at that like begging and not as a regular subathon occurrence. It's what happens. That's why I feel like streaming became too mainstream. Like, I'm glad it's becoming mainstream, but niggas with outside opinions on it, or like saying crazy shit, you don't even know what, like, niggas been doing this.
This is just an indictment on streaming culture.
Exactly. They only seen Kai do a
crux of a
subathon.
lot of it is quote unquote begging culture, quote unquote. He's a live entertainer. This goes to a good cause. And ultimately, if you have an issue with just like the general notion of donating to a streamer as a whole, I think that that's perfectly fine. But I wouldn't overall, you know, say that this whole thing is a begathon, because if that theory exists, then isn't every subathon a begathon? I think one of the biggest indictments and criticism that I have, and these are my personal beliefs, the other ones were, you know, those of others, is that there is an authenticity problem when it comes to streaming. And I think that once you veer away from that, especially when it comes to content creation, you run into this issue where people are not feeling connected with the content creator anymore, which is the reason why they consumed you. Yeah. It's the reason why they...
Yeah, I will say, what I will say is when you're having so many celebrities on stream, it's hard to connect, because like nobody in the regular, like, as a regular human being, not even as a regular, but like as an average person, nobody as an average person is connecting with that many celebrities on this scale. So like it makes it hard to connect, hard to see them as a regular person instead of this hierarchy and having higher expectations for them.
It cut the cords. It's the reason why they turned off cable TV, is because everything felt inauthentic, overproduced. It felt like a television show. It was ultimately a big place for ads just to be. But the closer and closer you move to that as a content creator, you start to lose that audience that did ultimately gravitate towards that.
That felt like a big sleepover with him and all of AMP, right? You'd always see Duke getting full, Phantom doing his Phantom text every time. I like putting his streams in the background as I work. And those streams kind of reminded me of just the times when I would have sleepovers with my friends. Just do stupid shit back when I was his age, right? So I just feel like those are just some fun times.
Now, would I say is an overall Mafiathon 3 is a failure? No. To be quite honest with you, KISSIMMEE is still going and is still on pace to do 1 million subs.
It just doesn't feel as authentic.
It could be plus, you know, viewership, plus followership, plus all these different things.
He's on a different level
on
now.
pace to do all those things. And to be honest with you, one way or not, he's going to get it. I think that people can recognize and probably should be okay with the fact that they might have grown out of some sort of content, and maybe that's not for them. But to do the whole like sweeping indictment thing, that's where I kind of probably draw the line. Because for the most part, I feel like this is just a higher produced version of the previous ones, which is ultimately the end goal. I think that a lot of content creators start doing content for a couple different reasons, but probably one of the main ones is that they saw something on a big screen and want to replicate it for themselves. And with the capital and ability through brands and sponsorships, if Kai can pull that off, if Duke can pull that off, if I can pull that off, if any content creator can pull that off, they're most likely going to pull that trigger. But do I think that this means that KISSIMMEE and streaming as a whole is void of criticism? Absolutely not. I think we have set a dangerous precedent, and this is probably the peak and the pinnacle of what people have been talking about for a long time. And there is a level of streaming fatigue that is just not talked about. I've covered it in another video, so I'm not going to belabor the point here, but there's a mix of a bunch of different problems that is plaguing the streaming community, and it's all coming to head right now. I do wonder what's going to happen in the future subathons. I think FaZe has one coming up next month, and the events to precede this, but it seems like a lot of people are looking to get more grounded with their communities, get into more niche and different spaces, because doing the same things that they've been doing for the past 2 to 3 years has been deemed as burnt out. And I think a lot of people from the viewer side and honestly from the creator side are honestly tired of it. It's starting to feel more like a job and us watching a television show as opposed to, you know.
And you know what else? I think also right now what the issue is and why there's so much criticism for the Mafiathon and it not feeling as authentic is because of that 30 days that he just did with AMP. That where everybody did a stream and it wasn't like, it felt like that shit felt great. It didn't feel like it was forced. That 30 days of AMP was so tough. But then you go from the 30 days with AMP straight into a subathon and it's like, niggas see you being authentic with your friends, just living in a house, having a good time, segments here and there, and just collabing with your friends to, like, boom, celebrity, 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 celebrity. people are gonna be like, well, damn, you know what I'm saying? The 30 days of AMP felt funner. You know what I'm saying? Streaming every day looks so draining. It does. It does. But I at this point, like, I do want to say I enjoyed the AMP summer thing more than I enjoyed the Mafiathon. Not to say the Mafiathon isn't lit and he's not doing big shit, but like I just felt like it was more fun overall, if that made sense. That shit was tough, bro. Even when they were working with some brands, it just felt, you know, I honestly I do think he could have waited. On how streamers stream every day made me worry for content creators in general. Jesus. I do feel like he could have waited though, for sure.
Just kicking back with a dude from New York that I could relate to as a dude from Atlanta, Georgia. A dude, and I'm a dude, and we can kick back and relax. The slumber party thing. The lady already said it. But let me know what you guys think. If you think that this is like a big problem with streaming as a whole, not just the Kai thing. If you think that there's an issue with just Kai. If you think that you're done with the subathons, you're trying to find relatability. If you think that this is a nothing burger and, you know, this is funny, get sturdy, let me know in the comments.
Funny gets sturdy. Oh my god. Shout out Meezy, man. The nigga said if you think this is funny, get sturdy.